A to the K.
to the K.
To the K.
Welcome to the A2K Wrestling Show. Welcome to our Double or Nothing predictions.
I feel like I should participate in the intro a bit more. Hey, I'm Anthony. Go full.
Welcome to
go
the...
full Anthony.
Hi, I'm Anthony.
Hi.
trying to do a thing here. But yeah, Double or Nothing is fast approaching, as well as Night of Champions.
Yes,
this
it is.
being on the Sunday, and as we come to expect from AEW, quite a stacked card with several matches.
A ton of question marks.
Taking
Yay.
several hours, I would assume. But there's a couple of matches which are yet to be announced, so we've kind of tried to fill in some blanks there. So let's kick things off, shall we, with one of the matches which I think it has been officially announced, but there's no match graphic for it yet, hence this. So it's going to be Matt, Jeff Hardy, Matt, Jeff Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy, or Hardy Party, if you will, taking on Ethan Page and the Guns.
Right, so I feel like the Hardy Party's going to win this.
Yeah.
Right? But I feel like I'm back being an old man with this again, saying, I don't get it. They had that whole Hardy compound thing where Isaiah was just making sex noises, and I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, people loved it. I don't get it. And I feel like this is like the deletion stuff all over again. Like, am I not with
This
it?
was, I mean,
I used to be with it,
have you ever been with it?
but then they changed what it was.
I didn't.
Simpsons reference.
Yeah, I didn't particularly like this latest edition. I like some of the older ones, but I don't know. I don't want to shit on Rampage, but this is very much a Rampage feud, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's something which hasn't been given loads of like love and care, but it's kind of a long-term story in a sense, because ultimately the outcome of this will affect Ethan Page's contract or something. So if the Hardys win,
So this isn't
they control
Ethan Page on a
Page's,
pole match.
basically, yeah. So that's the kind of route they're going with it. But
Thanks, Russo.
because obviously they had a stipulation previously where Matt Hardy's contract was owned by them. It was also owned by Andrade for a bit. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on with this whole thing.
I don't know. Like, have they even explained story-wise how they own each other's contracts and they're not Tony contracts?
Yeah, no, don't think so.
Yeah.
But
We should
this
have
whole
asked Mega how that works.
yeah, we should have. This whole big money Matt thing needs to go. At the end of the day, Jeff's back now. Let's just go back to having the Hardys and just doing some cool shit.
Yeah.
So Hardys for the win, I think.
Agreed.
So there is that.
Awesome.
The next one to talk about. So while not officially announced, there was a trios battle royal on Dynamite the other week, and it was won by the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass, and I believe the stipulation was they would get a future title shot against the House of Black
Okay.
for the trios titles.
As much as you love the Acclaimed,
Mm.
got to be the House of Black.
Yeah, I think so as well, unfortunately.
Not unfortunately. Brody's going to fuck those guys up.
Which is unfortunate because who doesn't love the Acclaimed?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it feels too soon for the House of Black to lose them, which is the sad part. But yeah, the Acclaim feel a bit lost at the minute. Like when they had the whole build up to win the tag titles, they were electric and it was incredible. And now since they've dropped them, they're just kind of there.
Yeah. They just need a decent feud. Like, it's been fun, but I think they just need to get into a decent feud with somebody now.
Yeah. I think them having a trios thing, and I don't want to see them turn heel or anything and turn on Daddy Ass. Nobody wants that.
No.
But maybe.
Plus, Billy's like significantly bigger than them.
Well, yeah, there's that. But there's two of them, damn it.
But he's a huge motherfucker.
Yeah, he is. I've seen him. We saw him in person. He was fucking huge. You don't realise how tall that motherfucker is. He's
Exactly.
massive.
Like, I'm fairly certain he could beat them both.
Yeah, was he taller than Braun? He was on par, if not.
Yeah, he's got to be at least on par.
He was big. So, yeah, maybe they realise that trios isn't going to be the route for them and they go back down the tag scene after this or something. But it's a way to get them on the card. They deserve to be on the card, and I'm sure it'll be a good match. But, yeah, House of Black, it's too soon, I think, for them to lose.
Agreed.
So,
It's running smoothly. We agree on everything.
yes. This is
Next
so
week.
unlike us. Now, fucking
FTR.
Oh, yeah, FTR. I don't even want
And
to
if
give.
it's not, then I quit.
Yeah, I don't even want to give this much fucking voice power, if you will. I can't stand Jeff Jarrett, and this whole
I
Jeff
don't
Jarrett
get
and
why
Jay
you think-
Lethal prominence is baffling to me.
Honestly,
Then you throw in
unfathomable.
Mark Briscoe into the mix, and it's like, well,
Are
why?
you doing some Steiner math there?
Yeah.
Even had Jeff's wife all of a sudden. It's like, why? We don't like Jeff as it is. Why are we...
Considering that she was apparently fuming with Max Caster about one of his raps, and now she's
evidently.
I can't stand the guy. He's a fucking... I know what I want to say, but I can't say the words. So, yeah, he's a shit stain on the wrestling industry.
Nice.
So, he shouldn't be around, and FTR need to bury these motherfuckers really quick. I'm worried because of the whole Mark Briscoe thing and the accidental pile driver the other week from Dax. Could you fucking imagine if they put the tag titles on them? Surely not.
I'll be fuming.
But yeah, FTR has to be. Otherwise, we riot. So, the next one, again, don't have an official graphic for it, but the contract signing is taking place to Mossels, so I assume it's going down. It's going to be Chris Jericho taking on Adam Cole, and I think it's going to be some kind of stipulation of, like, you know, no rules or something like that.
You sound like you're planning it as well as Tony Khan. Well, no rules.
Let me just consult my little black book.
My Rolodex. Yeah, Battle of the Theme Music, isn't it?
2 banger themes, in all honesty. Yeah. Will Bob along to the whole thing?
I feel like there should be an Adam Cole win this.
Yeah, feels like it, doesn't it?
He's come back. Everyone's made up to see him back. He needs to have remind everyone, I suppose, why he's a name in the industry, and just have a really fucking good show and a fucking good win.
So what you're saying is it's the most Jericho thing ever set to happen. He's going to win because it makes too much sense for Adam Cole to win.
Yeah.
No, it's one of the... He's just lost to Roderick Strong, though, hasn't he? Because of Adam Cole. So you kind of think, is he going to try and get the win back here somehow? I hope not, because Adam Cole deserves to win it. And then
exactly.
There's been rumours, hasn't there, like going into All In, that it might be Adam Cole versus MJF.
One thing we can say for damn sure is Bobby Fish is going to be nowhere near this.
I fucking hope so.
He pretends he is.
Where's the lie? Motherfucker.
Your career.
He's another one I'm proud to say we've never asked to come on the show. Him and Jeff, a pair of them.
In fact, we just emailed him to ask him to not.
Yes.
I kid.
Listen.
I know you probably get this a lot, but...
Fuck no. Kind regards. So yeah. Adam Cole, baby?
Yeah, gotta be.
Okay, next on the list. Now this is an interesting one. Jade Cargill taking on Taya Valkyrie.
I'm actually quite torn on this. I actually think...
Is it time?
I think it's time. I think Taya could be a boss shout.
Jade could hit 60-0. AEW have just been praised for giving someone such a long run with the title, going on like the whole Roman Reigns thing. Is it right? Is Taya the one to do it?
I think Taya's the right one. If it's not Taya, who's going to do it?
For me, it should be Chris Statlander.
So Chris Statlander's come back and she's going to ruin her stats.
Basically, yeah. Them stats are going to land. For me, it's not Taya. I think she's it's an awesome match because she's the biggest threat so far.
But you don't think she's the one?
She shouldn't be, I don't think, no.
For me, we're disagreeing here, Carl.
Yeah, it's got Chris Statlander all over it for me. I think maybe after the match they'll beat down Taya and then Statlander will make a return. I'd love to see it. And then, yeah, maybe that's the next build.
I mean, Statlander deserves a massive push anyway. Like, she got sort of sidelined with the whole knee issue and stuff. Yeah. But, I don't know, man. I don't know, it just feels like it might be time. I'm going to stick with Taya for my guess.
I'm going Jade. Dissension in the ranks, Anthony. Dissension.
What? Dissension?
Yeah, it's probably a tag team, right?
I think so.
Probably on Dark. So, this one as well. What were your thoughts on
this?
So, on Dynamite this past week, there was a queue of people outside Tony's office wanting to fight for the international title. And so Orange Cassidy was like, what, there's like 20 people wanting to fight me? Well, we're in Vegas, let's make it a 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal. And I was like, that's fucking cool as shit. That's like, that should be the gimmick match every year, Double or Nothing. Obviously, you have the casino ladder match, which they've not mentioned. So maybe this is
going to be the replacement.
Maybe. But yeah, I fucking love it.
I actually kind of prefer that because am I right in saying normally the ladder match they get a chance at the title?
You get a chance to,
or they get a giant chip that they can then cash in for a chance at the title.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then what's the one where they get a giant ring
Oh yeah, that's
I fucking hate
the
their
giant
props.
Sonic ring. Isn't
I
that?
fucking hate their props.
Isn't that for the Revolution Battle Royal or something?
I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Stupid props.
Well, this one, it sounds very Vegas, doesn't it? A 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal. Just beautiful.
I kind of need to know what that is, but
Yeah.
I like it.
I think it's just their version of a Royal Rumble. There's 21 people in it.
So what was the Blackjack about it?
It's 21. It's Blackjack in it.
Do you think someone's going to shout "hit me" at some point?
Maybe.
Probably Daniel.
Yeah. Hopefully no one shouts stick. So.
Who do you think's take? I don't think OC's keeping the belt. Like,
Well, it's a perfect opportunity to get it off him without making him lose, isn't it? So
do we know what Will Ospreay's doing? He's not
we
in New
don't
Japan anymore.
actually.
Will Ospreay.
There's rumours that he's going to take on Kenny at All In.
Will Ospreay.
Okay. I think. What do I think? Powerhouse Hobbs.
I mean, no offense to Hobbs, but it's like, well, you didn't win you didn't keep hold of the TNT title for very long. Why don't you have this one?
But he's been advertised for Collision. So I'm thinking, is this one of the titles that gets moved over to that brand?
So it could end up on the Collision division.
The Collision division, yeah. He's someone who Tony and everyone in AEW is pretty high on, and does he deserve a bit of a run with a title? He didn't really get that.
I think he does. I just feel like it's like, I don't want this title to feel like a consolation prize.
Yeah,
which it will feel like, because it's like,
well, every title is equal in AEW.
Holy fuck!
Like
fuck out of here with your nonsense.
TNT title's on the same level as the world title. Really?
Yeah, of course it is.
Really?
Of course it is. That's why it ends up being like, the main event.
Yeah. Same with the TBS title. It's like, it's not. It's a mid-card title as it should be, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. In fact, sadly, that's one example where maybe they are equal, because I feel like for a while they do a much better job with the TBS title than they did the women's title.
Oh, yeah.
Not necessarily the case these days, but there was a time when you could have maybe argued that for that side. But TNT title's never been on the same caliber.
No.
And this one, whatever it's called now,
International.
Yeah, that one.
So
not Atlantic anymore. Fuck that. Anywho, yeah.
So yeah,
I'm just gonna guess wild card Will Ospreay.
Okay,
that's not his nickname. It's just a wild card.
Wild card Will. I'm gonna go with. What's a fun name we could say for Powerhouse Hobbs? That's also relating to wild card. Please bear with us while we try to be funny.
I was thinking unpredictable, but that doesn't work because you have to put the "un" in front of it. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go Hobbs. But basically, both of us don't think Orange Cassidy's retaining in this.
No.
I don't think a lot of the competitors have been announced yet.
No offense to him. He's entertaining, but he doesn't do a lot for this belt, does he? So he needs to move.
He's had a hell of a run with it, to be fair. So it's not like
what's he done for it though?
Not done a lot.
Exactly.
There's been some good matches, but it's just.
Does he even know they've changed the name of it?
Like, I don't think he does much for it with his gimmick, because he just holds it in like a little bag and then just like gets it out. And it's like, and it's like, you need someone who cares about the belt.
I mean, this is one of the things I used to hate Roman so much for when he had the US title, was like, sometimes he didn't even bring it out, and it's like, do you not even care about the US title, Roman? And it's similar to this. It's like, you have to care about being a champ.
Yeah. Do you think we could get
How do we get invested if you don't?
Do we could get any kind of wild card debuts or anything in this?
Will Ospreay for fun.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, you've kind of had yours, haven't you? But, Blackjack, Vegas, wild cards, 21 people in the...
Jack Black.
Maybe. I'd love to. As Bowser.
In the Blackjack.
Okay. Yeah, could be.
No, I have no idea. I'm trying to think of, like, free agents who could... I mean, with it being international, Nick Aldis.
Could be.
I'm deliberately trying to pick people on American, just like to sort of raise the idea of the title.
Miro.
I might shut him up.
Yeah, Miro's back in.
Maybe I'll go back to WWE.
Andrade.
Might shut him
those
up.
guys. Basically, I think this belt's going to Collision. So, anyone who's been announced for Collision. So, Powerhouse. One of them two is going to get it.
Sounds cool.
Orange Cassidy will not retain.
You didn't pick wild cards though. You just picked like people who are already there.
Now this offends me. This match. I like Christian. Don't get me wrong, but I wanted to see Wardlow and Luchasaurus slapping big manly meat. We're not going to get to see that.
No.
We're going to get to see the chicken shit heel in Christian use Luchasaurus as his kind of, muscle and try and get up the ladder. At the end of the day, if this match doesn't end with Christian Cage standing on top of Luchasaurus's shoulders and getting the belt that way.
Wait, I thought Luchasaurus became Jack Perry's friend again.
No, he thought that, then he wasn't.
I can't even keep track.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it just annoys me that Christian got this. It should have been them two. It deserved to be them two. On the one hand, what a fucking joke it's going to be. Like, obviously the video, like from the ingenious mind of Anthony, by the way, of hot potato, hot potato. Like, this belt is fucking just flying around the whole division, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And
this is why it's not the same as the world title.
Well, exactly. And Wardlow's just got it back. Could you imagine if you lose it to Christian now?
Yeah, it shouldn't be the case.
Shouldn't be, but you think it will?
Yeah. I honestly think Christian's walking away with that title. I think he wants it and he's getting it, but I don't think it should be the case.
No. See, I'm torn because I'd like Luchasaurus to win it. I think he deserves something.
I mean, it'd be impossible for him to win at this point.
Well, yeah, maybe not in this match. But yeah, if Wardlow gets the
unless the idea is they go into a feud with Christian and Luchasaurus, but I'm less into that than I would be Luchasaurus just being in this match. So
yeah.
There's no thing on Christian. Christian's an absolute fucking legend, but it just feels like a missed opportunity here, like you say.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be too soon. They need to learn that they can't just fucking swap the belts every week. So I'm gonna go Wardlow.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, which takes us to match number 8. Is it?
Number 8,
which is the Anarchy in the Arena match. Anthony, the Blackpool Combat Club taking on the newly reformed Elite.
I feel like the Elite have got to take this, given that they're newly reformed.
Yes, I agree. But someone who's not on the graphic for this, who I think will play somewhat of a part, is that Carney motherfucker, Don Callis.
Ah, yeah, that Carney motherfucker. A good point.
He screwed Kenny in the cage match, and he basically...
Kenny in the cage.
I don't know. I feel like he's going to be some sort of factor in this again. But...
Possibly, but is he going to be enough of a factor to cost them the match, Carl? That's the question.
Well, there is that. The fact that it's Anarchy in the Arena as well, I don't think the feud's going to be done with, so it wouldn't surprise me if Blackpool Combat Club did get the win in this one.
Yeah, it's fair, because it's not going to be a done and dusted deal, is it?
And it seems like it's more of... Is it more their kind of match? Haven't the Elite been in like the Anarchy in the Arena matches before? I
mean, I heard John Moxley's bleeding just thinking about this match, so... yeah. You're probably right. Probably is more their cup of tea.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the safe money is on the Elite because obviously Hangman's just come back, they've just reformed, and Blackpool Combat Club have been beating the shit out of them for weeks. But do you do something a bit?
Did you see that fella on TikTok who he does like he watches clips and narrates over them, and just being an absolute troll, he would watch this Hangman returning. And when he did the book, he's like, did Logan Paul's movies? Obviously a Logan Paul fan, and just proper like for ages just keeps repeating that sort of thing just to wind people up.
Will be fuming.
Like, they were. And even at the end he was like, I was joking, by the way. But yeah, so much fume, his boss.
Yeah. Legend. But no, I'm probably gonna be wrong, but I'm gonna say Blackpool Combat Club.
I'll go with the Elite just to be contrarian.
Okay. Which takes us to the main event. No, it doesn't. It takes us to the
No, it doesn't.
Sorry.
This couldn't be a main event. Nice one, Carl. How very
it just happened.
It's the way you said it. You saw the graphic, it was like, clearly this isn't the main event.
That's
nice
not what
one,
I meant,
Carl.
and you know it. Pack it in. Stop trying to throw me under the bus. You know I love women's wrestling.
I feel like you're a Jamie Hayter.
Well, you're causing a Tony Storm right now. But yes, we are talking about Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm. And interestingly, Jamie Hayter is apparently got a bit of an injury at the minute. So they advertised a 3-on-3 match on Dynamite, didn't they? And it ended up just being Tony and Ruby with Saraya ringside taking on Sheeta and Britt. And Hayter was nowhere to be seen. So I hope it's not serious to the point where...
I agree with that. As much as I think Hayter's boss, and I think, she makes a fantastic champion, kind of like the faction that they've got going on with Tony and Saraya. And,
yeah. I feel like it, to be fair. It gets a lot of shit.
People just...
Anything Saraya does gets shit, though. I feel so bad for
this is the trouble. Like, I've not seen any legitimate reason to not like them. No. Other than people just being like, oh, they're just a rip-off NWO. It's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like the NWO Wolfpack and the LWO.
Yeah.
And pretty much
everyone,
dozens of other factions that weren't blatantly the same name as like they're being the rebels, aren't they? And I think it's a really good faction. I think I don't want to throw this out there because it's not necessarily the case, but I think there's probably a level of like sexism there, isn't there? Going a women faction, but like the badass.
Think about it.
I think having the title in their team would be a good shout.
In wrestling, when do you ever get a women's faction that gets enough time to
I think
be put
that's
over?
Probably what I like about it, because they're getting treated legitimately.
Well, look at Ruby and WWE. That the Riot Squad, they were never presented as this big threat or got the amount of time.
Exactly, yeah.
They're getting that.
And I think that's what I like about this so much, because they like, if you were to put 3 dudes in that faction, they wouldn't be treated any differently. It feels like they're being treated the same. Do you know what I mean? And I quite like that. Yeah, I think that's refreshing.
But yeah, I don't know what's going on with Jamie Hayter's injury. I can't imagine she's going to drop the belt.
I don't think it's time to drop the belt, but if they have to, I think it's a good shout dropping it to Toni.
Yeah, Toni's definitely deserving. I wonder. I don't think it's going to happen either, but I'm just going to throw it out there. We still need to have the inevitable Brit turning on Jamie.
Yeah.
And they've just brought in Hikaru Shida into their little faction, which feels a bit off and out of place.
Right.
So, how did they get there? Do they have Britt turn on Jamie and cost her the belt, and then that takes both Britt and Jamie away from the title scene into their own thing?
Unless she loses the belt legitimately, but Britt turns on her for losing.
Yeah. Or it just won't happen yet, and there's a lot more to it, you know.
I mean, like, it kind of, because it's all rumours, it kind of depends on how long they have to write Jamie off for. Yeah. It might be that Britt costs her and writes her off TV for a little bit.
Yeah.
Depending if they
we
need
don't know how severe the injury is at the moment. We just know that she was kept off Dynamite, so hopefully not too serious, and the match goes ahead.
Yeah, they might have just been pacing themselves so that she didn't worsen anything for Double or Nothing, you know what I mean? Yeah. There's no point taking risks unnecessarily. It might be why she went on Dynamite.
Because no news has come out to say that she is going to lose, I am going to stick with Jamie Hayter, but I think the threat is very much there for her to lose this.
Again, I'm going to go against you and go with Toni Storm, just because I can.
Okay. Finally, it does take us to the main event. Jump the gun on the last one, which is the 4 Pillars match.
Okay, right. I need to ask this before we go into this match, right? When did these 4 become the 4 Pillars?
Yeah. I mean, there was a T-shirt made a long time ago, wasn't there? So they've been referred to as the 4 Pillars.
Who were your original 4 Pillars?
My original?
The original 4 Pillars?
Well, the 4 Pillars of AEW isn't these guys, is it? Let's be honest. It's like Jericho and Cody. And...
I don't remember them. Like, I think it's like since Cody left, they decided to designate some new pillars. Like, I don't remember these 4 being the 4 Pillars. I feel like MJF was always in the conversation. Like, I think we used to joke about... I think even AEW joked about Britt should be one of the 4 Pillars.
Well, it was Punk, wasn't it? He said to MJF he doesn't realise he's already been replaced by Britt Baker.
Yeah.
But it was still these 4 then. So that's how long ago these have been referred to. At some point...
I don't know at what point Jack Perry was a fucking pillar.
So at some point,
one of the main issues.
The connotation of the 4 Pillars was built around these new emerging talents that people hadn't seen before until AEW came along. And so they're built on the future. These are the 4 Pillars to... take the company forward for the future is where it was all basically meant to be from, which
I don't think they understand what pillars are meant to do.
Yeah. So from an MJF standpoint, you can kind of get it. Even I know you don't particularly love the guy. From a Darby standpoint, you can kind of get it.
I did not name Darby then.
Yeah, true.
I don't get it sometimes.
Yeah,
but I give him credit.
Yeah.
The Jack Perry thing, I feel like that's something, and this is no disrespect to Jack, but I feel like this is something that AEW and a lot of people in creative really want to be a thing. But it is not.
Yeah. The thing with Jack is he can't cut a promo to save his life. And until you can do that, you can never be the top guy. You just can't.
To be honest, some of the issue with this whole 4 Pillars thing is it made it very clear that MJF's the only one who can talk.
Yeah. I was actually impressed with Darby.
He's probably the better of the 3.
He's worked on it. You could tell. He's not amazing.
Sammy's passable, but not a talker.
Sammy gets by, but he just kind of relies on the same shtick, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But it's one of the, like, Sammy is super talented, don't get me wrong. Like the first ever Dynamite match, Cody versus Sammy, and it was awesome. And I was like, Sammy's awesome. I don't know why he's coming out dressed like a panda, but he's cool. He's good, right? Obviously, so his character's evolved a hell of a lot, and he
doesn't dress like a panda anymore.
Well, yeah, but TNT title, international title, definitely he should be all over that shit.
Yeah.
Deserves it. World title, not yet. Nowhere near yet. But and same for Darby. To be fair, I don't think he is world title yet.
Jack.
But Jack shouldn't even be fucking anywhere.
So MJF might as well just be fighting his fucking self.
Yeah. But yeah, Darby, he's got something, but his size just kind of makes you think he's never going to be seen as the main guy.
I'm not like, I understand they want to push new talents, and I admire it because we give WWE grief for not pushing newer talents. But the fact that this main event, and they're trying to make it like these are the 4 pillars, this is a big deal. When really speaking, a main event scene that doesn't include the likes of Mox or Daniel Bryanson.
I keep doing that.
And people who are legitimately bigger stars, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not saying go to these guys because they're already established. You need a mix of that.
Yeah,
like there's 4 people in this match and like none of them are actual big name stars. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean MJF you can kind of say, can't you? Let's be fair.
Yeah, but he's the defending champ. I mean, like you look at the remaining parts, you go, well, I could understand maybe including some elements, but where's the I feel like I'm not bad saying this because like I'm not trying to disrespect them, but where's the draw?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, that's what a lot of the feedback has been. It doesn't feel like this is a worthy main event.
No.
And
this is MJF wrestling with his mates.
Yeah, basically. But it's a shame, isn't it? I can see it's different. I can see why they've done it. And I'm sure the match itself will be fantastic.
Yeah.
But there's no real threat there that he's ever going to lose his belt to one of them right now.
No.
And I feel like when you put on matches like that where you already know the outcome with 100% certainty. But
honestly, the saving grace of this match will be when MJF retains and some fucker comes out.
Yeah.
And challenges him and gets in his face. That'll be the saving grace to this match because no one's really going to be into the possibility of him losing. And we then need to build what he does after this. So
yeah. I guess who is it that comes out?
I mean, you could go off the back of an Adam Cole win and have Adam Cole come out. That would be an interesting one. Punk would definitely be a good shout. Because I don't know how that's going to work. You've got 1 main title and 2 shows that are allegedly going to be brand split. So,
they advertised MJF for Collision, didn't they? So I imagine the main title might just go across all.
Oh, like the old days of WWE.
Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, for me, MJF hands down takes this.
Yep, agreed.
With ease. So yeah, that is Double or Nothing. They be our predictions. As always, let us know in the comments whether you agree or disagree with everything we've said. Yeah, what else? What else is there?
That's it.
That it? That's all we've got for you.
So live, laugh, love.
Do the thing, like, subscribe, all that good
That's
stuff.
the one. That's what
people
I meant.
Tell you to do on YouTube's. If you are listening to this, thank you to the loyal listeners that we have. We do appreciate it.
Love all 3 of you.
Yeah, I think it grew to 4.
Ah, nice.
But no, genuinely, jokes aside, yeah, we appreciate it. And until next time, we will say thank you very much and see you on the next one.